Hi, everybody, and welcome to the RV Women Hangout. And when I say everybody, I mean me and Buffy right now, because nobody else is here. So I know this is going to record, so I'm going to just keep on talking. I could not really think of a topic that I want to talk about. So I just decided we'll just do an open forum and anybody can ask me whatever it is that they want to know or share with me something that they know. That would be awesome. And as a matter of fact, speaking of stuff to share that I just found is something, and I have to reach over there to get it. Hold on. I take off, Mr. Microphone. Hold on. And it is bleach, but it's in a tablet. I never knew this even existed. Hold on.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Huh? You can hear me. Okay, yeah. Don't say that because then I think you can't. Nobody can hear me.
Well, nobody can.
Okay. Okay, not helpful. Okay, this.
Somebody else is on. Oh, no, that's you. Okay.
This. Okay, I'm rolling my eyes now. This is bleach. And I never knew this existed. Now, it is a bit more expensive than regular bleach. You use it just like regular bleach. But I'll tell you what this is really fabulous for is for cleaning your drains. I put one of these tablets. Here, I'll show you what size they are. Can you see that? I put one of those tablets just in my drain. And I let it, as I use water or whatever, it just goes down the drain into my holding tanks. Mostly my gray tank. My black tank is, okay, what can you really do about a black tank, I ask you. But, hello, Deborah. I thought I was going to miss tonight. Jack is back in the hospital. Oh, my God. Now what? But anyway, this I bought at Wally World, and it's actually a good thing. I really like that.
Can you also use it in your laundry?
Yes, you can put it in your laundry, but remember, it's just like bleach, but it's just not in a liquid. It is in a tablet form. And I didn't even know this existed. Now, you can buy a gallon of bleach for like $1, $1.29, something like that. I have no idea. But infection, like staph infection, and you can, you mix this with water or whatever, and it's like adding a cup of bleach to whatever it is that you're doing. But hey, no spill. And it's not as heavy as carrying a gallon of bleach around.
And it doesn't take
I don't know,
space up in your RV.
Yeah, it takes up very little space in your RV. But yeah, I really like this. Now, have I read all the directions? Of course not. You guys know who I am? No. I just opened it up and just started using it. Now, it's going to take the color out of your clothes, just like regular chlorine bleach. But I just had never heard of this before and thought this was pretty cool. I know. I didn't know they made it either. And it's in the bleach section, but it was in Wally World, but up on, like up above. And it's, how you just kind of get used to buying the same old all the time. So that's how I am. I don't even know how I ran into this, but I saw it and said, I'm going to try that. It's like maybe $2.50. Oh, I'm having a deja vu moment, by the way, just so I'd share that with you. But okay, deja vu moment's over. But to me, this is a really good solution for RVers. And as I said, you know, instead of, I don't know about you guys, but every once in a while, I'll take the hose and I'll clean my drains on my sinks and whatnot, just to make sure that all the crap is going down into the holding tank and goes away when I, you know, empty the tanks. But, okay, I'm trying to read at the same time. I can't talk and read.
Oh, they're just saying that they like this idea of this and that they're going to buy it or look for it the next time.
Yeah. Now this is like $2.39 or $2.50, where bleach is like $1.25, you know, depending on what you buy. You know, I don't ever believe in buying name brand stuff like this. So would I buy Clorox? No. But anyway, I found that, and it actually seems to last longer than regular bleach in a bottle. And why should we RVers be hauling around the excess weight that is a gallon of bleach? For some of you who don't use bleach, then yeah, you're not going to care about this. But for those of us who do, and it's called Evolve. So I guess I'm evolved. But isn't that cute? I think it's really cute and, you know, useful. But anyway, I was using it today because I have been cleaning the RV, and I mean, like shampooing the carpets and, you know, washing all the screens and all that gross stuff that you have to do, just like, you know, a brick and mortar house. You know, every once in a while, you just got to do these things. Yeah, $2 a bottle-ish. It's maybe a little bit more. Yeah, and if you put it down in your drains, you know, the little tablet just goes in there and then dissolves as you use the water in the sink. So in the bathroom, it's really nice. Put it in the shower. Yeah, I put it, of course, in the kitchen drains. But
I'm just going to share this one little thing. That
okay.
When we built our house and we moved into it, I bought Clorox tablets and put them in the tanks of my toilets. It, you know, dissolved over time. That's how it's designed to work.
Right.
But it also ate the rubber gaskets in my toilets, and all my toilets had to have everything changed.
That's good to know. That's actually a good thought.
Kind of, yeah.
In RVs, it's a little bit different. Carpet on the ceiling, how would you clean that? Previous owners were heavy smokers, and the ceiling shows it. That is a tough one. I mean, you know, carpet cleaning machines are not designed to be used upside down.
No.
It's
the ceiling carpeting?
Yeah, it's like I have carpeting on my ceiling as well.
Really?
So what I do, but I mean, if you're trying to get nicotine off, zip, there's no barking ever in your entire life. If you're trying to get nicotine off, that's just a whole different thing. Now, what I do is, I don't know, once a week or once every 2 weeks or something, you know, damp, soapy cloth, and I go over very damp. I mean, wring it out as much as possible, because that carpet is glued up there, and you never want to get it so wet that it causes it to fall down, because then you have a whole new problem. Steamers, bad. Do not use a steamer, because you will loosen the glue, and you don't want to do that, because your ceiling will fall down. And I can't remember what that's called, but you know, ceiling falling down. I have a steamer, but someone said not to try it. Not in an RV.
Think of would be like to use a carpet cleaner that you spray on and leave it on and let it dry.
You know, once again, It's about not oversaturating anything. You might want to.
I mean, you could try it in a test area to see if it worked, but
yeah, yeah, but until, and I had that problem. What did I do? I think it was in patches. We all remember patches. That I got the ceiling too wet and something started coming down, but I think that was paper or something. But, you know, you can't use a steam cleaner in an RV. It will fall apart. These RVs are literally glued together. I would probably, hi Janet, I would probably do the, you know, Clorox water, hot, damp cloth, and go over it, and just persistence. You know, you're not going to get it all the first time. Eventually it's going to look like, eventually it'll look good. But until then, you know, it's going to look like streaking. That's what I got into with the carpet, was I would get one section of the carpet really clean, and then I could see the streaks of ick. And so literally on just this little bit of carpet that I did here, which was in the front and on the dog house, and then in the back by the bedroom, it took me 3 days of just going over it and over it and over it. And I used my daughter's cleaner, carpet cleaner at her house, you know, and so it's loud and it's, it was awful, but now it's done. So it's done for, and I have made that determination that, because I was thinking, well, maybe I'll leave that carpet right there by the front door, but no, I'm never going to do that. I'm ripping it out. Excuse me. When I rip it out to redo the floor and put linoleum down, you know, that's just the way to do it. Hi, Dreamin' of RVing. Hi, everybody. Just dropped in to say hi. Have my granddaughter waiting for pizza. Pizza sounds good. That sounds really good. If my eyes look weird, it's because I've been staring into this computer for most of the day. And after a while, I go a little blind. So, started cleaning it, like 1 square foot section, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. You know, but that's just what you're going to have to do. That's why I do the ceiling every couple of weeks, or actually it's like every week. You know, I just go over it with a damp cloth, a hot damp cloth, and then, and it's, I mean, it's almost dry. And it's one of those microfiber towels that I use, and I just go over it, over it, over it. And I go in one direction, by the way. I do not go in 2 directions. And the reason you don't go in 2 directions is because you don't want to pull it. I just go in one direction, and that direction happens to be forward. And I vacuum it. You know, I have done that. I don't have a vacuum. The vacuum that I use to the RV is not, you know, the be-all, end-all of vacuum cleaners. It doesn't suck the life out of anything. But, you know, it's enough for that ceiling, because, you know, again, I don't want my ceiling falling down. That just wouldn't be any fun at all. So what do you guys want to talk about? Kind of open forum. You know, the only thing I can think of to talk about seriously was that bleach. Do you have a schedule of cleaning and checking things out on the RV? Yeah, I do. I am that person. And, you know, I clean every day. It's just ongoing. Just the regular things that you do. Obviously, you do your dishes, and okay, I do that a couple times a day. And it depends. If I'm boondocking, different story altogether, because you want to conserve water and stuff like that. But when I've got plenty of water, then yeah, I'm using water and washing stuff. But I wash the walls. I wash all the cupboards, interior, exterior. The reason I do that is because I never want to have bugs. And I also want to, wait a minute. What are we talking about there?
I just found this. I just I Googled how do you clean your carpet in your RV on your ceiling, and it says basically what you said. Soak lightly, blot more than rub. The fabric may pill if you rub it too much. Also try a mild solution of detergent or OxyClean with light scrubbing as well. Work this into this.
Yeah, I would probably go with a drop of
brush.
Dawn. I would probably use Dawn over OxyClean. And when I say Dawn, I mean a drop of Dawn. And because Dawn has such a great grease cutter in it, OxyClean is kind of a brightener. But, you know, just be really careful. Experiment, experiment, experiment. And just because the internet says it doesn't make it true. Have we noticed that yet? Have you noticed how people put stuff on the internet and it's not true?
Yeah, so Dreaming of RVing wants to know, she wants to work out a schedule for checking her roof, engine oil, etc., including cleaning the outside, coming up with kind of like a work diarrhea.
There are checklists on the internet that you can, and I used to use a checklist that I got off the internet, and it tells you the things that you need to do once a month, once a week, once a year, once every 6 months. Your engine is different than your the inside of your RV. There are engine things that have to be done. I mean, depending on, you know, who you are, how you deal with your engines. But it basically, the manufacturer has, you know, that information for you. And, you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't stay right on target. I change the oil in the RV every 3,000 miles. I do it religiously. I don't care how much it costs. I will do without something else to get the oil changed. You know, brakes, obviously, this is something you stay on top of, as well as tires. All the fluids in the vehicle, when they're doing the oil change, I ask them to check all the fluids. If there's anything going on, like if my transmission fluid, for example, isn't bright pink, then I want to know. And the reason for that is because that's the first indicator that you have transmission problems, is when your transmission fluid is not pink or red or whatever color they call that. When it starts getting dark colored, you have problems. And it's just a matter of time. So it's either, you know, time to service the transmission or something. But no transmission, no go forward, no go backwards.
Graced Beyond wants to know, do you do anything special for cleaning out your heating and air vents?
Yes and no. What I do is I take my vents off, and it gives me about this much space between the roof and the ceiling. And with a cloth, I stick my hand in there. I have ducted, you know, whatever. The other thing that I'm just crazy about is making sure that my air filter, or my air filter, is always clean. You can go and buy whatever air filter is on sale and cut it to fit. You do not have to get the specified whatever to go up there. And I'll bet you I change that thing 4 times a year, maybe more. And if it even looks slightly brown, I change it out. Because I don't want the ducts to get dirty. I don't want any kind of buildup in there at all. My heating, of course, is ducted, same deal. You know, it's all coming out of the same unit. And so, Yeah, I keep that thing really clean because I do not need to get pelted with ick, whatever that ick is. And if you just change your filters, you're going to keep your ducted your ducts clean. If you just change the filter, and there are a lot of people that just don't change it. Now, what I do is I go to Walmart and I go through the huge row of things that they have there, and I will find one that meets the micro blah 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 that I want, and you know, no pollen, no. It usually costs me about, I don't know, $4. I mean, you can spend a lot of money on those things, but I buy whatever size is not as pop, and I just cut them down. Get a pair of scissors, fits it up there. It's done. I will come back to watch later, but I'm chasing my I know, go. My grandson is not walking yet, so you just have to chase him when he's, you know, crawling. And he crawls pretty fast. But no, other than, you know, I'll put my hand up there with a dry cloth. Did I mention it was dry? Just to see if there's anything up there. When it comes back and there's nothing up there, I'm good to go. And I screw the thing back on. I keep my my vents themselves very clean. And when you're cooking, whether you're using your heating or air conditioner, ducted vents or not, those little blades, you know, that give you the direction for the air, they get dirty, dusty, whatever. I don't want that on me either. And that's coming from inside the RV up. That's not coming from the outside, you know, down. But as far as the roof goes, I probably go on my roof once a month. And while I'm up there, you know, might as well wash it. It's not that big a deal. It takes me about 5 minutes. The hardest part is getting all the stuff up there. The other thing I check is to make sure that, you know, there's nothing that looks weird, that it doesn't look like that gooey stuff that you put all over everything so you don't have any leaks. As a matter of fact, I just ordered some of that. I'm surprised I can't remember the name of it. The other thing that I ordered is the tape, Eternal Bond. I just ordered a roll of Eternal Bond tape and the gooey stuff. It's also called Eternal Bond. But, you know, these are things that you just keep in a bin somewhere so that if you go up there and you decide, yeah, that looks really crappy, you know, that you can scrape off the old and put on some new. The Eternal Bond tape is something that you should have just in case you pierce something, you know, the side of your RV, or, you know, God forbid, your roof. That tape will seal it, and it won't, you know, won't let moisture come into your RV. Moisture is not your friend with an RV. One of the problems that I haven't had in North Carolina was Dicor. Thank you. God, Janet, thank you. But the one of the problems I had in North Carolina was it was just so wet. I've got a lot of rust underneath the RV that I need to take care of. There was actually green mold growing everywhere. And so, of course, I got all that off. But, you know, these are the things that will ruin your RV, you know, because, okay, you don't get the green stuff off. That stuff holds moisture. It's a growing something. And what?
Organism.
Okay, whatever. And it will attract more moisture into cracks or, you know, wherever. And I don't want that. So, you know, keeping on top of rust and any place that moisture can get into, and when the moisture gets on the outside, if it finds a way in, then you get into delamination. And delamination is when the skin of your RV separates because it's glued on from the rest of the RV, and you get like the bubble. We've all seen them on RVs. You know, Patches was like one big delamination disaster zone. But, you know, that's when it's like you have to, when you're walking around your RV, it is, it's necessary for you to notice everything. You know, you really have to, and that's the problem that I have. I'm like, oh yeah, the tires look good, but I don't look at the wheels. Or yeah, the sides look okay, but I'm not looking at the antenna of the, you know, for the television. You know, it's like you have to look at everything. So, you know, it's for me in particular, I have to actually go and say, I'm going to look at, you know, the vent for my refrigerator up on top of the roof today. And then I just go up there and look at that. I try not to get sidetracked because I'll get sidetracked. It never fails. Now, the one thing that I'm doing, which I have to do really soon, and I'll make a video of it because it's really gross, is I have, as we all have, we have vents that have fans on them. Some of those fans are called fantastic fans. I don't know why they call them that. They're not that fantastic. I would call them pain in the ass fans. But anyway, they're not easy to clean. That's the problem that I have with them. And when they get dirty, obviously, they don't work as efficiently as they are when they're clean. So anyway, I have the covers on the top of the RV that go over the fantastic fan cover. Okay, so it's cover on cover. What I have to do is go up and take off that hood, and then I have to clean the square thing cover for the fantastic fan, and then I have to clean the top of the fantastic fan. And in my particular instance, I have one fantastic fan where I can just pull the screen off and wash it, but the other one I actually have to unscrew it. Are you kidding me? Anyway, you know, I can unscrew it. It's not that big a deal. But the blades are dirty, and I cannot do it from the inside because I don't have teeny weeny little, and so I can't get in between the metal bars that support the motor for the not so fantastic fans. So, but you know, some people don't care about that. I like stuff clean. It's horrible. I wish I could stop. I really do. But I have to get up there and do that and take those off, which is why I ordered the Dicor. Because when I start messing with the hood of that thing and pulling it up, I want to make sure that I'm not causing screws to leak or anything like that. So I'm waiting for the Dicor to come, and then I'm going to go up there and do that. And they're gross. They're really gross. And I don't know why they don't make it so I can't put my hand up there and like clean it. I don't get that. Do you guys have that same problem? Am I just, you know, the only one suffering out here in dirty land?
You might be the only one that cleans their head.
No, because whether you're pulling the air into the RV or you're pulling the air out of the RV, dust is accumulating on your fan blades, just like any fan in your house.
Oh, okay. I get it.
And on the screen, you know, dust, dirt, whatever is accumulating there, and you gotta get it off. If somebody knows a better way to clean it, that would be awesome. We sanitized our tanks last, and I laughed. Remember the trouble you had with the bleach smell? I know, that was so bad. We learned from your, yeah. But half a cup to 15 gallons of fresh. The other thing that you can use is vinegar, by the way. You can use white vinegar. And of course, I found that out after I over bleached my tanks. But white vinegar, apparently, you know, organisms, bacteria, whatever, doesn't like vinegar. So I don't know what the ratio is, but white vinegar, bleach, I'm going with the vinegar. Yeah. I am going to flush my tanks out in Monday. And I see I have a schedule for everything. And just, you know, when I was in Northern California, I had really bad water. And then that was last year. And then being in North Carolina again, the water was bad. And even though every time, with the exception of one time ever, I use a water filter to filter out the crap. Even here at the house using city water, I still have the water filter on. I want the stuff out. Yeah, white vinegar works. How often? How often what? You have to be more specific. How often do you clean out your tanks? Is that the question? How often do you flush out your freshwater tank? Just yes or no is good. Carl or Sandy. I think it's, you know, it's up to you to create your own schedule. There are some people that there are just some things that they won't do. It's like me. I won't do anything that's really heavy. Yep. Okay. Depending on where you go, how much you use your RV, blah, 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 blah. If you're in a winter location, you're dumping everything out of it come winter anyway and putting antifreeze in. Obviously, you have to bleach out your tanks after you've dumped antifreeze in there. But if you're, see, I am a full-time RVer. So 365 days out of the year, I'm using my tanks. So I usually will sanitize my tank probably 3 times a year. And depending on where I am, sometimes, up to 4. But again, I always use a water filter, and I buy the water filters. I can't remember, but again, it's that whole micron thing. I want 99% of the crap out of my water. And if they could, get the fluoride out of it, that'd be great too, because I don't want drinking fluoride. Speaking of vinegar, did you try the ACV and baking soda for washing your hair? Like, no. What's that about? Now, I have used apple cider vinegar. Oh, I have used apple cider vinegar on my hair before, but not with baking soda. I would think that would make a volcano on your head. I'm just going back to, grade school. Yeah, you would have like this volcano thing going on your head. Follow me? That'd be weird. But I have used vinegar, and what vinegar does is strips the oil out of your hair, and then your hair gets all fluffy and, whatever. And it's not a bad idea. When I was a kid, I want to say that I used to do it more. It was almost like a rinse after a shampoo. Not really sure why it was ever done to me, but for some reason I equate my grandmother with it. I don't know why. I just remember smelling apple cider vinegar and water rinsing over my hair. I don't know. And I wasn't probably the cleanest kid on the planet. But yeah, I would think adding baking soda to vinegar, I mean, just add baking soda to vinegar. You get this, you know, the volcano effect. And I think that would be pretty weird. And I don't know that baking soda wouldn't just strip it. I don't know. I don't know. Every once in a while, yeah, I throw vinegar on my head. You know, I just mix a little in with my shampoo and shampoo with it. And it just, you know, it just gets all the ick off your hair, and it makes it really fluffy and nice. I didn't know that Technomadia was doing it, but good for her. I do not drink the water that comes out of my tap without boiling it first or microwaving it. For the water that I drink, just, you know, water, I buy bottled water. I am that horrible person that does that. It is important to me to drink a lot of water. I drink tea a lot. And again, oh, you can't see that, but I boil the water out of the tap. And I think with no matter where you are, you don't really know what you're hooking up to. You know, it is a scary thing. A lot of places that you may travel, it might be an agricultural place, in which case their water is full of pesticides. Oh, here's a sterling example. Yuma, Arizona. You don't ever drink the water there. I would not shower in the water in Yuma, Arizona. And that's because it is a high agricultural place, has been for 100 years, and they have put so many pesticides, herbicides, anything that ends in sides, on the vegetables and whatnot that they're growing, that I actually stayed in an RV park and had to leave. And I was only there for like 2 nights because I was getting so sick. And it was because I was, the RV place was next to an agricultural area. And, you know, I'm just not in tune with anything that ends in CIDES or fertilizers. I guess I'm not good at that. And so as soon as I got away from there, my voice came back and I was fine. But while you know, and it hit me almost immediately, which that's my body telling me to get the hell out of there. But Epsom salt is also good for your hair. No, it's good. I don't care about my hair. I'd actually like to shave my head. This sounds so weird, but I have wanted to do this for, I don't know, 15 years, shave my head. But the problem is, by the time I got the idea to shave my head, I was too old. And the reason that I say that is because everybody will assume I have cancer. And I didn't want anybody to assume that. I just wanted to shave my head. But, you know, it'll look like I'm undergoing chemo, and that would be horrible because I just wouldn't want to do that to people. And so now, you know, it's just as short as, I think I'm going to go, I was watching Judi Dench, who is a British actress, and she has an adorable haircut that I really like. And she was on PBS with Charlie. What's Charlie's last name? Anybody? Charlie Rose. She was on Charlie Rose last night, and she has an adorable haircut, and it's so short. So what I want to do is like get a picture of her haircut, and then, you know, have them cut my hair that way. I like it. And her hair is platinum. I'm so jealous. My phone is just like bugging me, so I just thought I would, you know, make it not bug me. Okay, there we go. And yeah, Zip chewed up my phone cover today. Yeah. Chewed. So now I have tape on. Yeah, ducks, great fun. Let's see, baking soda. Oh, you don't use baking soda. Okay. Yeah, I'm picturing the volcano. I like having short hair. I always have Dawn Mitchell or Dawn Michelle. Oh, Dawn Michelle. I didn't know it was Michelle. Oh, okay. I tried to send you back your $10, Dawn. Okay. Your contribution for the eclipse thing. And PayPal sent it back to me. And so it's still sitting there. And I'm trying to return it to you so you can use it for your RV. Okay. So, let me know about that. I remind you of who? Judi Dench? That'd be awesome. I love her. If you don't know who Judi Dench is, just Google her. She's an actress, a British actress. She's been in a bazillion things. She's fabulous. And I love all those British women. They're all getting up in years now, and it bothers me that someday okay, I can pay it forward. It bothers me that someday we're not going to have them. I just think they're so fabulous. Yeah, I love Judi Dench. I think she's fabulous. And who's the other one? Downton Abbey, Dowager.
Yeah, yeah.
What is her name? I love her too. Yeah, I see everything that those two women make. I don't care what it is. I see it all. God, what is her name? Maggie Smith. Maggie Smith. I see everything that Judi Dench and Maggie Smith are in. So versatile. And Judi Dench has a movie coming out, Queen Victoria, or some. Again, she's playing Queen Victoria. I don't know what the name of it is, but am I going to go see it? Yeah. Is it going to be in a movie theater by me? I have no idea. But yeah, I just adore those two. Always have. I've always watched them. Let's see, what else is going on? What else do you want to talk about? We talked about the bleach. We talked about.
Well, somebody said that they wanted for you to talk about your books and writing, and kind of catch you up, with that. It was
really? Like I haven't done that all day. Okay. Okay. For those of you who do not know, I write books. Now, I do have a couple of books that are on Amazon that have to do with RVing. I also have books that are on Amazon that have nothing to do with RVing, which actually isn't true because I wrote a trilogy 10 years ago, maybe more. And it was more than 10 years ago. It had to do with a woman who was like my age, who just sold everything. She was a widow, and she sold everything and bought an RV and moved out to the desert. And, then it kind of cavalcates into something else after that. But yeah, I knew nothing about RVing, just nothing. As a matter of fact, I was reading them, rereading, that portion about RVing, and I just knew nothing. It was just so funny. But that part of my life, the professional writer part of my life, is very separate from this. And it's not something that, it's like when worlds collide, if you will. And that writer, worlds colliding here, has a different name. I write under a different name. I don't do anything under my own name. And the reason for that is trolls. Long before there was YouTube and trolls, there were just trolls. And, they can offer a lot of they offer a lot of, like, I don't even know how to say this. It is, yeah, trolls. It has to do with trolls. You know, they follow, they come after, they criticize. And the worst thing that can really happen to a writer is to have somebody just, you know, lambaste them for just no reason at all. And it's happened to me many, many, many times. And I just ignore it and subsequently write under a different name. I have 2 other names that I write under, not my real name. And yeah, I call them haters. They are haters. And whether it's on YouTube or wherever, it just, okay, tell them we said hi. It's just not fun. And in another portion of my life, they would actually hunt me down. Yeah. And that's not fun for me. I do not need people surprising me and saying, oh, yeah, I really don't need that. And sharing every little idiosyncratic thought that they've ever had concerning whatever it is that, you know, they've got in front of them. It's just not fun. But anyway, yeah, it's just a separate world. It really is. It's separated from RV Lady, and is over there on that shelf.
But at least tell them how they can find your books.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Didn't you hear the collision of 2 worlds? There is information on those books and those jackets that can actually enable someone to find me. And so, which is why I was reviewing some of the books over the last week and a half, is to take out any information that enables somebody to, you know, find me and find my daughter and find my grandson and find people that I know. Yeah, that's just not a good thing.
Do you want to say how they can find your books if they're interested?
No. No. Yeah, they're on Amazon.com. Good luck with that. He was home, Dawn, and now he's back in. You're talking about John? Yeah. He was out, and now he's back in. ICU, some kind of infection. But, you know, I don't mean to sound all mysterious or whatever. I really don't mean to do that. It is simply a matter of knowing, having a past that put situations, I want to know if we will.
Okay, I'll just tell you who she writes under, her pen name.
No, you are not.
No, it's James.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No.
It's James Patterson.
I understand you're joking. She's joking.
I am joking.
Okay. No, I really need you not to go there. Okay. Family wants to know if we will have a YouTube channel. I say no. I agree. I think that it's fun to save your memories on video. I think it's fabulous. A great place to park them is YouTube, which is basically what I do, because I don't want these memories lost. I want them to stay with me so that I can watch them in years to come, you know, because YouTube's not going anywhere. And so why shouldn't I park all this data on their, you know, cloud network or, you know, whatever servers? They're always going to be there and I can always access them. Okay, no. Carl and Sandy, no. No, I get that. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're requesting. And this is just something that is just completely separate from the RV Women Hangout or RV Lady. You know, that's why, like, for years and years, you know, I gave you no information. If you saw past videos and things like that, there was just no information on there about me. And there's, okay, thank you. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's, I don't want to live my life being guarded. And so this enables me to be unguarded and go and do and be, you know, whatever I want at that time. It sounds so weird. I know it does. As women, are certainly putting yourself out there, YouTube, you have to be especially careful. Yeah. The books themselves, you know, they are worldwide. They're not just like within 50 miles or 300 miles or one state away. These are books that are worldwide. And as a matter of fact, just the other day, I discovered that there was a website that is carrying a few of my books for sale, which I get no money from. And it's in like someplace I've never heard of around the Greek islands or in the Mediterranean or something like that. And I can't even think of what the name of it is. But I kept it because I had to, I mean, I kept the information because I had to forward that on in order to stop those people from doing it. They've sold some 2,600 books or something under 3,000. And it's a foreign country. So, God, I can't remember, but I can't remember where it is close to. But it's, oh, it starts with a C. Cyprus. Cyprus. It's Cyprus. And yeah, I have no control over Cyprus, but somehow they managed to secure the entire content of a few of my books and are selling them on their websites. And not only that, they're selling a lot of other people's stuff too. And they don't send us any money. Okay, so it's really great that so many people are enjoying my books, but you know, I expect to be paid for that. It is different when I give it away than when somebody I don't know who is charging a membership fee gives it away. So unbelievable. You can't go after it. There is currently a couple books were taken by a production studio in China and made into a television series. Did I get any money for that? No. And subsequently, because in that particular instance, and I'm hoping in this one as well, the State Department in the United States is supposed to be doing something about it. Now, they're not going to do anything about it because they can't even get China to, you know, stop delivering stuff to North Korea. So, you know, having this production company or whatever actually pay the people who wrote the material that they're making money on, yeah, not going to happen. So, you know, for me, and they must have stolen them off Amazon. That's the only thing that I can figure. But I got people that are looking at that, so I don't care. I can't let it like bother me. You know, fortunately, I at least know. So I think that's important too, that I at least know. But it's just, you know, it's just separate worlds. You know, me, RV lady, separate world from the other two worlds that I function in. And so, and they don't collide. The worlds don't collide together. And and just in case you want to know, yeah, this is the most fun world right here, RV lady. It is aggravating. It is aggravating because that's thousands of dollars to me that somebody else is using, and it's irritating. It's just irritating from a moral standpoint and a financial one, but mostly from a moral standpoint. You know, it's theft, and that's basically what's going on. Now, the thing about China is that big names are involved in that, and so subsequently it might move a little higher on the totem pole, but not much. You know, because the big names, it's not that much money to them that, you know. Is it okay that I link to your videos that inspire me when they, of course you can. Yeah, I don't care. You know, the RV ladies content is, you know, protected as well. But, you know, do I care that it's being shared or whatever? When I do start caring is when you won't see it anymore. You know, but can people take a portion of my content and like make fun of me or stuff like that? You know, the stuff they do to Nomadic Fanatic. Can people do that? No, they can't. And what he didn't do is copyright everything. And no, there's no point. You know, Dawn, seriously, it would just be a dog chasing its tail, exercise in aggravation. There's just no point in it. It's not like anything's going to be done. There's nothing that can be done. Different culture, different concepts, you know, they can't acknowledge, you know, neither government will acknowledge, because in acknowledgement, then you have a course to take. So there's no acknowledgement. They're like, we don't know anything about this. Oh, Nana's Joy. You know, she's traveling, and that's why she's not here today. And I kind of thought they are traveling from their home to Utah. And I kind of suspect that they're in Utah now, and there's just no internet connection, or they're just really having a good time, or. Yeah. You know, for some reason, people think that everything on the internet is free. Don't know why. Don't really get it. Traveling. Yeah, they were going out and they're going to do Utah, Arizona. They're going to do like the Grand Canyon area. I'm talking about Nana's Joy and her husband. Like the Grand Canyon area, stuff like that. And as a matter of fact, depending on what's happening in my life, I may zip over and catch up with them somewhere. I don't think she knows where they're going, Grand Canyon-ish. But I was thinking, you know, I might zip over and just say, you know, hey, couple days, hang out. But I don't know. We have been on the road since Sunday. I am so surprised at how spotty internet service is. We use Verizon. Oh, yes. Welcome to, RVing, the fight for internet. I really, I mean, if you really think about it, and, I'm an old broad. Okay. But I have expectations. And it probably started with George Jetson. But my expectations for where I am now at 60 something years old, I'm either 61 or 62, I have no idea. But my expectations were, where the hell's my flying car? Where's my robot? Where is my car that folds into a briefcase so I can carry it? I had certain expectations about what life would be like at this point. And then I go out into the real world where internet blows. It doesn't matter what carrier you have, unless you want to sit around 24/7 and think about how am I going to get connected to the internet. I don't get it. But yeah. Where's my George Jetson thing? Where's my little mask that I get to put over my face that makes me look beautiful, even though I look crappy, like June or Jane, what's her name? Jane did when her friends would call her up on her telephone. That was a video thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, we have that. Big deal. But you have to have internet. Even sitting here at my daughter and son-in-law's, and I've said this before, they cannot use their internet while I'm using their internet because they will just blow me off. I think that no matter what internet solution you end up with, it's going to disappoint you. There's a pessimistic view. Glass half empty. Oh, happy birthday. It is, a tree, a mountain, a whatever is in your way, why they can't all and here's another thing that makes me insane. At the University of Scotland, yeah, we're talking Scotland now, there is a professor that probably 15 years ago came up with, and you can search for the video on YouTube. Oh, and it's 5:02. It's time for this to end. Sorry. You have to wait next week for that story. No, I'm kidding. There is a is 3G acceptable? Any G would be acceptable for if it actually connected you to the internet. I get sick of when the little bars show me, oh, I have 5 bars, and yet I can't get on without the spinning circle. Okay, but let me tell you about this internet story. There's a professor in Scotland, and he and his little students sat around and basically came up with the internet solution. The solution to internet. And how do they deliver it? Over LED lights. Yes, go look for it on the internet. LED lights in a room, doesn't matter how many LED lights you have internet. Wow. Oh, nice. The thing's finally working. YouTube has this thing where I can control the content of people who are coming in, and somebody has rung that bell. But anyway, if you look, there is a guy, professor, Scotland, figured out how to send internet over LED lights. So you're in your house, you turn on an LED light, and you have internet. Not only that, I think it travels on a UV ray or UV, whatever that's called, and you don't actually have to have light in the room. It will continue to stream internet to whatever device you have that requires internet. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Now, why don't they provide this? And they did it like in a city. I don't know, but for some reason the city was not in Scotland. It was like in France or maybe Germany or somewhere. And they streamed it to the entire town, and it worked. You want to know why they don't have this in the United States or any place else on the planet? Wireless, free internet. You know why? The word free. That's why. Because if they give it to you free, then Verizon's out of business. AT&T should be out of business. It could be a text talk, but I don't think a TED talk, but I don't think it is. It is this guy it might be doing a demonstration on stage, because that sounds so TED talk. With the TV, no wires. He's got the lamp on, turns on the lamp, beautiful internet on the TV. Cable TV on the TV. But, oh, Harold Haas is the professor. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. And that's why greed. Greed is why we don't have free internet. And not only that, I don't think they know how they can charge people. You know, how they'll be able to charge people for it. How do you charge something that people can just pull out of the air, like oxygen? If they could charge us for oxygen, they would. Okay. Anyway, it is 5:06 here on the West Coast, which means that it is time for, most of the United States has no internet. Anyway, and then it's time for us to go. And next week we will be doing this the same time. Thursdays, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. And, you know, this is the RV Women Hangout. We just hang out and talk. If anybody's got a subject for next week, let me know. Thank you all for showing up. And it's time for me to go play with my grandson. Eee! I'll talk to y'all later. Smile and be brave. And thanks for coming. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and we're out. Bye.